versus Young Eevey here. Game number 1 will be played on Lilat.
Yeah, and it's Supahsemmie.
Andersom. So the names are gonna be switched around very soon. Not really sure what happened there, but you know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Semmie's off to a great start already.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like we saw those, just those arrows, those boomerangs, it's really hard to deal with. And Young Eevey has barely touched him. And oh, just like I said, just as I say it. But also, just Supahsemmie's frame data is so good, right? Because it isn't that the areas of Bowser Jr. are really slow, but it's just that Nair of Youngling is so ridiculously fast.
It is ridiculously fast, as you put it, and it's really going to be an aerial battle here because Young Eevey has some great aerials as well. That forward air is actually ridiculously active and actually has a big hurt box, and even crouching on the ledge of Lilat to just lower his hurt box just a little bit. Young Eevey's trying to use every trick in the book here.
Yeah. Even though Supahsemmie is in a really great spot right now, Bowser Jr. is quite heavy with all this, with his card considered. So actually killing him is, I'm curious about how he's actually going to handle that, and just like that with an up air.
Yeah, just sticks the sword in the air where he thinks that Young Eevey is going to go, and he guesses correctly. So Young Eevey or Supahsemmie with a fantastic, educated guess right there.
Yeah.
And now
look at those frame data of the areas of Supahsemmie. He keeps on stuffing the hits of Bowser Jr.
And I think I think ooh, look at these combos. These the strings from Supahsemmie on low percentages are really something.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like watching art unfold. It just works.
And also him going for 2 jabs, running back, and going for an arrow, since he knows Young Eevey is trying to get the grab, and just like that, man, he is up 2 stocks. And it's so hard to come back against the Young Link. He has so much ways of just making sure he doesn't get to you.
Yeah, and also disrupting your movement, stuff like that with the arrows, with every single tool in his kit.
Yeah. I saw one cannonball winning against the arrow. So I'm curious if Young Eevey is going to use the cannon just like he did against Paints. Trying to disrupt all those projectiles.
Right, could definitely be used in offstage situations. Tries to use the Mecha Koopa here, but Supahsemmie just a little bit quicker on the reactions right there. Tries to use the up air to kill, but that's as still as it gets.
Yeah.
Not going to kill right there.
And also, Lilat's of course a big stage vertical ways, but the jab making sure he finally gets his first kill of his set. And he desperately needs to get more plays, like he's down to 2 stocks. He's at 100%, and I do think it will take a miracle to take game 1. But of course, this is a best of 5 we're talking about.
Right, and Semmie is playing his A game right now, and that's exactly what he needs to bring here. Gets the shield poke with the forward aerial, and then the down smash manages to finish it off.
And also, just he noticed the shield getting really small, and immediately going for that combo. Yeah, just amazing.
Heads up play from Supahsemmie right here. And that's exactly what you need in this loser semis. In losers finals, Space is waiting, and Space is the big boss alongside S1. And both these players...
S1 is a bigger boss, so...
Yeah, it's like the level 100 boss, and Space is like the level 35 crook. But here we go, it's Supahsemmie versus Young Eevey. Once again, game number 2 will unfold here. The Mecha Koopa taking stride towards Supahsemmie, but Young Eevey is the one dealing the big damage.
Yeah, and this is a way different start than game 1. Ooh, this won't kill, right?
It won't kill, but it will deal like 20 damage, which is also pretty good.
Yeah,
Young Eevey going off stage, going a little bit too deep even, and Supahsemmie makes it back to the stage first. But this is what we'll see a lot. If Young Eevey is in the lead, we'll see him move ahead, go off stage, and go really deep.
Oh, great up smash out of shield.
Yeah.
So, I'm not quite sure which player it was, but I think it was Space. Space really pressed his advantage really well against Semmie. making sure that Semmie never gets the chance to use his projectiles. And I think that's the game plan Young Eevee is going for as well, because you can't throw projectiles when you're running away. And just look at that, all those pressure and everything just gets covered. A bit unfortunate that the jab didn't connect, but
yeah, but it did send a message. 89% from one string is
yeah, absolutely
pretty ridiculous, to be honest, and that really puts Bowser Jr. in a different light. The back air connecting, not killing just yet. Semmie gets a second jump back from jumping on the platform. Great heads up play right there. Young Eevee trying to go for the grab. Semmie just a little bit better in the movement, and the boomerang comes back, and that spells doom for Young Eevee right there.
Yeah, and Semmie knew that from miles away. Immediately going for a great conversion, but Young Eevee is bare, just killed him. I wasn't even able to finish my sentence.
Yeah, those are the stray hits from Bowser Jr. They can really turn a game around really
absolutely
quickly.
And Young Eevee doing really well compared to game 1. It's such a big different story.
Oh, and it was mostly that second stock, right? Because that's where Young Eevee really started to make his advantage even bigger by getting all those up airs, getting every single hit in the book.
Yeah, and just being in the face of Semmie, right? He almost can't get any projectiles going for him. Oh, well, he does now, but...
Semmie just threw out the forward air into the down smash, tried to go for a similar combo. Ooh, the platform helping him out!
Yeah, absolutely. But that up B2 almost hit him. Oh my god, oh, that's great. He jabbed his shield, knowing that whenever he lets go, people tend to jump out of shield, right?
Right.
And he capitalizes on that really well.
It's kind of similar to what Wolf likes to do, right? Whenever you're on the ledge, trying to get that back air, that big hitbox, that's something that Wolf loves to do. And Young Eevee did his best Halloween costume of that. Jabbing twice, moving back, getting the back air. And Semmie was caught off guard there.
Yeah, and that stage choice was really important since Town and City has a really narrow horizontal blast zones. So Bear, of course, will kill way sooner, and also his jab, which we saw just now. Jab almost killed him at the first stock while he was at 100%. Yeah. Just great adaptation by Young Eevee, and let's see if Supahsemmie has an answer to that.
I believe Supahsemmie will definitely have an answer to that. Let's find out in game number 3, where Supahsemmie and Young Eevee will square off once again. This time on Pokemon Stadium, a big stage with lots of room to move around, lots of room to throw projectiles out.
Yeah, I think it's important for Supahsemmie to keep the high ground on the platforms, since that's also the place any player will like to go to, right? Whenever Supahsemmie is grounded. You dodge all the arrows, and the boomerang will be way slower if he's pointing it upwards. But if he is standing on a platform itself, it covers way more space.
Young Eevee making his way back to the middle of the stage, using the Koopa card. Supahsemmie in a disadvantaged position right now, but he uses a great air dodge to make it out of that disadvantaged position.
Yeah, and that up air is so active. It didn't really matter that he whiffed the first frames, as long as the other frames hit, but man, parry into jab.
Lustrous, this is what you were talking about, the offstage situation, but Semmie gets the better end of it in the end. Even catches the Mecha Koopa there. And it just goes to show that you constantly need to be on your toes whenever you're playing this matchup, because it could really quickly swing into anyone's favor right here.
And I noticed that Young Eevee always tries to cover when Semmie tries to go low. But it's really easy for Bowser Jr. to cover high whenever he uses just his up B2. But he might be... Oh, I thought that will kill. But he might be saving that option for when it really counts. Which is smart, right? He definitely could have got him some kills. But there might be moments where it's way more important. Just like right now, he really needs to get one kill. So I think he's actually saving all those options for a situation like this.
Uh-oh, this could be a very big punish from Supahsemmie.
Yeah.
The back air strings into the down throw, into the nair, 47%. That's...
Oh my god.
Young Eevee gets to eat because he whiffed one jab.
That,
that's gonna kill it to 0 to death!
And absolutely amazing combo. and just covering all those defensive options young Eevee tried to use. But man, Supahsemmie is insane with this combo game.
I mean, that's a given because this guy, ever since, well, like, what's it called? The Yggdrasil. I've cast this guy's set so often, and every time I'm saying, look at this guy move around, look at his combos, and it never ends. Supahsemmie is on a tear today.
Absolutely, and this will be a kill finally, but it might be too late for this game. And it's so interesting, right? Because game 2 was a big stomp for young Eevee, but game 1 and 3 looking like a big stomp for Supahsemmie.
Alright, you said big stomp, but young Eevee is making a big comeback, and Supahsemmie really barely holding on to that stock. Right, double up air. The back air does make it even, and this is such a big momentum shift once again. We just saw young Eevee making it all the way back to the second stock, 94% already on Supahsemmie, but now Supahsemmie is back in full control, and even gets the narrow wins
against this repair. So one thing that was really interesting, Supahsemmie bared young Eevee's clown card, side B2 I think, but he hit him on his head, which made it interrupted. So if he didn't get that, the side B would have connected and it will send Supahsemmie off stage on the right side. But Semmie spacing it really well, and it's looking like Supahsemmie is really confident in this matchup. I mean, this is like a rerun from Lightning 2, right? Lightning 3, you mean?
Yeah, I believe it is. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we're gonna see how today is gonna work out, because it's all about the moment, performing in the moment, and will Semmie or will young Eevee pull out ahead? With Mecha Koopa in hand, young Eevee is facing off against Semmie. Gets the boomerang, but young Eevee once again.
Really interesting that boomerang wins from the side B from Supahsemmie, from young Eevee. I thought for sure that the side B from that is a kill.
It's a trade, and both players are laughing because young Eevee was like 90% sure that he could make it back, but just barely getting stage spiked, and that's a rough start for both of them in a sense. But look at young Eevee, he's not bothered. 85%
strings, man. I saw Supahsemmie's Twitter about his record on sandbag, but it's looking like young Eevee is using his own sandbag skills.
Yeah, you think these two players are actually secretly playing home run contests?
I mean, looking at those combos, this is like a big Twitter combo reel. Oh, off stage, young Eevee is so scary. It's I've said it way too many times before, but I mean, I keep saying it, and it's always true whenever I say that.
Yeah, you're never wrong. So far, you've been exactly right all the time. Gets double up airs. I was sure that was going to be at least another 30%.
Yeah,
but
this platform is actually really good for young Eevee, so that's also the reason why.
Alright, here we go.
And
the Mecha Koopa.
Oh, it was a Mecha Koopa.
Yeah, the Mecha Koopa interrupting that combo.
Okay.
Down air. He's not going to take it just yet.
No, it's a high ceiling, so.
Yep. Oh, a B. Oh, we saw one of those kills against Paint before, so I was holding my breath there. But Supahsemmie stays calm and makes it back to the stage. 72%. This is doable for Supahsemmie, but he needs to make it back, and he does so. Young Eevee slipping up on that edge guard.
Oh, I will be sweating so much if I was Supahsemmie, because there's so much room for error whenever you're trying to recover against a Bowser Jr., but you managed to do it once again.
Ooh, the tongue is gonna help him out. Gonna push Supahsemmie off stage. The jab is not gonna kill just yet, but will push him off stage again. The Mecha Koopa actually lands on the platform, not where he wanted to be.
Oh, that last hitbox.
But the drills coming in clutch.
Ooh, last game. 2-2 Supahsemmie versus young Eevee. Both players laughing about this, so they're actually really they're not even, it looks like they're not really nervous, but
I think there's also a little bit of nerves in those laughs, because both these players want to take it home.
Exactly.
Both these players want to meet Space in losers finals and then S1 in winners final or in grand finals. So these laughs are telling that they are having fun, but they're taking it very seriously as well. So let's go to the final game.
Let's see who's going to have more fun at the end of this game, because that will decide who faces Space. I'm honestly, I really don't know who's going to win this, because all of these games are convincing wins, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I have to give a slight edge to Supahsemmie here because in theory he wins this matchup, I would say. And if you look at the
And
strings,
just look at this.
what the? That was in 20 seconds. He already had that
Yeah.
cooked up and ready. That's crazy.
The way he uses Bear to connect his grab is insane, and those combos games are just really scary. And what can you do whenever you're in such a big pain of all these combos? And every game,
Oh my
everything
goodness.
gets covered, and this game is a big highlight reel. 2 stocks against 1, 90% to Supahsemmie. What can young Eevey do right now?
I'm not sure if there's anything you can do because Supahsemmie is on a whole different level.
Yeah.
Right now, and despite a great showing from young Eevey, you have to make a miraculous comeback here if you want to make something
Absolutely.
happen here.
And we just said that both these players are having so much fun, and it looks like all those fun of young Eevey got drained by Supahsemmie. It doesn't seem really fun for young Eevey at this moment.
No, it's a rough situation to be in if you're young Eevey.
Yeah.
2 stocks down and already
Supahsemmie's at 44%.
Yeah, this is a dominating game 5
Oh,
if I've ever
absolutely.
seen one, and that's gonna be it.
That's gonna be it.
That's gonna be
Massive
it.
stomp. Amazing play by Supahsemmie. What can I say? I'm speechless by this game. I mean, we just said that none of these games were really